everybody. Hi, it's Becky from powertoolswiththread.com. That's my blog. Oh my gosh, you guys. It is February, what day is it? The 16th. Second day of snow. Well, it snowed night before last, so we had 4 inches of snow. Y'all, listen, I live in South Texas, like below San Antonio, Texas, okay? We don't get snow like this. Hello, baby. I was just watching Anna from Quilt Roadies, and she was talking about getting back to normal when you're stressed. And I thought, you know, I need to make a video. Isn't that funny that I've been doing this now for a little over 2 years and making a video is de-stressing for me? I apologize for all my layers. It's cold in here. It's cold. You know, you people that live in the north, like north of Dallas, that's north for me. I do not know how you do it. I don't do cold well. Not my thing. Well, so let me tell you what the last week has been like. It's been very stressful. It really has. My husband's oldest daughter, Carrie, and her daughter, Lyric, our granddaughter, came down on Thursday. She was going to show her goat at the San Antonio stock show on Sunday. So they got here Thursday and everything was fine. And if you guys, I'm sure you saw the national news on Friday. Those of you that are overseas, outside the US, I don't know if you guys would have seen this. I don't know how many cars were in this pileup. It was like 60. It was crazy. It was semis, everything. And it was in, I think it was in Fort Worth. They had come down the day before, so they missed that. And then Friday was the big car pileup. Well, they were here, and Lyric was showing her goat over at the AT&T Center where the Spurs play. They have a big show barn over there. So while the rodeo part of it is canceled, I think, I don't know if they're still doing the bull riding and all that or not, but nobody's allowed to go. There's no carnival, very few vendors. Usually this is a big deal. San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo is right up there with Houston or up in Wyoming. I mean, huge. Vegas, huge, big rodeo. We live about 40 miles southeast of San Antonio, and so I told my husband, I said, let's put the RV over at an RV park that's right next to the stock show so that they don't have to drive back and forth so much. And that worked out really well. And when we got there, the guy who helped park, showed us where to park the RV, told my husband, don't run the water line to the RV because the water hose will freeze. Just fill up the tank, the water tank, and that way they can, flush the toilet and Navy shower, whatever they need to do. So that worked out fine. So she showed on, she had to be there all day Saturday with the animals, and then she showed Sunday morning at 7 o'clock. And I didn't go over there because it was cold. And this girl don't go outside when it's cold. So, I don't know how y'all that live in Minnesota and Canada and all that, I do not know how you function. Anyway. Keith went over there on Sunday to see her show the goat, and then picked up the RV and brought it home, and everything was fine. Well, the roads, see, they live in North Texas, up in Vernon. Well, it's the roads are horrible, and you can't get back. So it snowed Sunday night. So all day Monday was snow. It's still here. The high today, which was, let's see, it's 4 o'clock, happened 15 minutes ago, and that was 30. And it says feels like 20 with the wind chill and all that. And they're expecting sleet tonight. Ugh. So what do you do when you've got a house full of people and nowhere to go? Well, you sew, right? Lyric was here, and it's the granddaughter Lyric. Isn't that a beautiful name? Like a song lyric. How cool is that? Well, I don't know if y'all remember this, but a couple years ago, I had showed you guys a panel, and it's the size of a twin bed. And it is called the Magic Unicorn Panel. It is by Sarah Watts for the Ruby Star Society. It was from 2019, and Lyric saw it. She loved it, and so I threw it on the long arm. Let me let you take a look at it. So this is the biggest thing I have ever put on my long arm. And again, it goes on a twin bed, and it turned out gorgeous. I love that owl. I think he is amazing. And I like the way the pink and the orange and all that worked. And there's the unicorn. And I used a quilting pattern called Sunset. And that came stock in the Quilt Butler, a computerized robot computing system. And it just turned out beautiful. I was able to nest successfully the entire quilt. So those of you who have helped me with my nesting, give yourselves a pat on the back. Hooray! I did 8 rows of nesting successfully. I think I have it. Haha. It's just amazing. I was so happy. And I had told my husband I needed a backing. So they went to Walmart. They bought a king size set, 600 thread count bed sheet. And it just worked beautifully, you guys. And if you can tell, I used 2 different thread colors. So I've got a baby blue on this side, and I have like a dark, it's a real dark blue gray blue on this side. I'm very, very pleased with it, and I did my standard machine binding method. Very, very happy with how this turned out. So I got that done, and that was nice. I think it was this morning. I woke up and I said, you know, I don't know when they're going home, because if they could have gone home, there was a small window today where they could have gotten on the road and possibly made it home, but the roads are still so bad. And everybody is out on the roads trying to go somewhere, do something. And so they're just going to stay. And I don't think they're going to go home now until Friday. She brought her computer with her and stuff so she can do her schoolwork here at my kitchen table and everything. And my life is in complete and total disarray right now. So anyway, I thought, well, maybe if they go home this morning, along with that panel came a pillowcase. And so I sewed that up. I did this on the serger, and I'll show you guys. I didn't think about changing the thread color till it was too late. But it has a double-sided pillowcase, and this is the top edge of that king bed sheet. You know how they have that folded heavy edge? It was great. So I serged, I didn't change the thread color, I should have. And then I did a top stitch. You see the top stitch on there, I did that in gray. But when I thought about it, I went ahead and serged the whole thing. I did change the thread color to serge the edges, the sides. It turned out beautiful. I was very, very happy with that. And she just loves it. There's also a pillow that came with that set. And I made the envelope back and messed it up because I put the bottom on the top and the top on the bottom. I always get that turned around. You guys get that turned around? I didn't say anything, and I don't think they noticed or cared. So we're just going to let that go. Okay, so I've made the quilt, I've made the pillowcase, I've made this pillow. There is also a wall hanging, and I'm not sure if I'm going to make the wall hanging or not. Let me show it to you. Y'all, this was Harley's first experience with snow. It didn't go well. We had a test of wills She went out the door yesterday morning and she wasn't having it, you know, because they normally go out first thing, they do their business, then they get to come in and they get a treat. Well, she wasn't having it. I'll have to show you what she looked like right here. And that was after I picked her up and carried her up to the upper lawn. So she's sitting in the snow. She won't go tinkle, but she'll sit in it. So I let her come back in and she wanted her treat and I was irritated, but I still gave it to her. Keith took them out front a little bit later and she found a spot. We've got a pole shed out back with a tractor under there and she found a spot that didn't have any snow on it. And so she took care of things right there, but she didn't like it. She was more used to it today. Blue could care less. Blue was fine. Blue was out running around. She thought it was great. She really didn't mind it a bit. But my three-legged dog, and it was the night before, Keith had taken them out for their bedtime business right before they go in their crates, and she stepped out into the driveway and started sliding, just going like this on the ice because we got a layer of ice before the snow. Y'all, I've lived here like my entire life from the age of 4 on, except for a couple years that I was stationed in various places all over the world. But for the most part, I have lived my entire life in South Texas. I've never seen snow stay like this for overnight and fully the next day. And it will be here again tomorrow and the next day. It's crazy. That whole global warming thing, I don't know. Just not working. But then I remember when I was a kid, we were having an ice age too. So, you know, comes and goes, whatever. Okay, so here is the wall hanging for this thing. It's not too big. Looks like it's 24 by 36, maybe 24 by 30, something like that. It's pretty. And I have a little bit of that rest of that top sheet left that I could probably put on the back of it. I am completely out of my roll of my Hobbs 80/20 batting. I need to get another roll of batting. But I have plenty of scraps that I can put together to quilt this. And I'll put it on the long arm. And I'll probably do the same long arm pattern, but I'll just make it a little smaller to fit this. So, okay, so yesterday I had shot a tutorial on this little zipper pouch. Somebody had put one on our Facebook group of this tennis shoe. Look at this tennis shoe zipper pouch. How cute is this? It's from an Etsy shop. I will put it in the notes below, or I'll put it up above here when I'm editing. And it's just the cutest thing, but somebody had done one in purple on our Facebook group, the Power Tools with Thread Facebook group. And I got influenced by that, and so let me do this. And it's fully lined. It's very nice. I like it. See the lining on it? It's kind of a weave. A couple of fat quarters is all it took. And I customized it using EMBRILLIANCE. I put her name on it. And it just turned out super cute. And I did do a tutorial on this. And I started doing the video editing, and that takes hours and hours and hours. And you know, I've got company, and that's hard. I'm used to just Keith and I. And now I've got cooking for 4 and dishes for 4 and all of these things that it is just kind of, and Blue is, any of you who know her, she's not a nice dog with anybody outside of the family. She's not. So every time, and they've been here for days, every time one of them walks in the door, it's, you know, bark, 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 bark. And she's very stressed out, and she follows them around. She's always right between me and them. And I have to watch her every second because she will nibble your ankles or she will nibble on your fingertips. She doesn't bite. But, you know, she's a healer, and she's an Australian cattle dog, purebred. And so it's very stressful for her to have strangers in her house. And she doesn't like it at all. And then it's been chaotic here. It really has. And so the idea, you know, of being able to sit and edit a video, because it'll take me, oh gosh, a good 6-8 hours to edit this how-to video. When I make these tutorials, it really takes quite a bit of time. And then, of course, checking email and, you know, popping into the Facebook group and that kind of thing. Oh, I want to let you guys know, too, that are in the Facebook group, I have said this before, but we've got a lot of new members. A lot of you will message me, instant message me through the Facebook app, because that Facebook group is not a separate business entity. It's actually a group started off my personal page. That's why when I post, it doesn't say Power Tools with Thread. It says Becky Stanfield Thompson. If I answer your instant message, then you're able to see when I am online, and you can Facebook chat me and all this other stuff. And I love every one of you from the bottom of my heart, but I have to draw the line on interaction. And so I do not respond to Facebook instant messages, but I do read them all. And if I can, I will address anything you have a question on, or I will pop a message to you in the group itself if necessary. But I encourage you, if you would like to talk with me, please send me an email at powertoolswiththread@outlook.com. And you can go in the notes below and you will find the link to the Facebook group and my email and mailing address, and anything I talk about in my videos. You will always find that in the description box on the YouTube channel. So anyway, okay, I've been talking long enough. I needed to vent. Thank you for listening. I'm telling y'all, it's been something else. And it's not a lot of snow. It's so funny. Let me show you the snow. So most of it is gone now, but it's still way cold. And I can open the door. Yeah, it is pretty chilly out there. Because you guys got to understand, we're not equipped for this kind of weather down here. I mean, San Antonio is almost completely shut down. It was shut down yesterday. And the local school district has canceled school for tomorrow too. The pump to that lattice wall looking thing out there, that's an above ground pool. And the pump to the pool froze. Because we had it on a timer. And you would think running every 6 hours it would be fine. No, that froze. And then we have a water well out back as well. We're on local municipality water in the house, but we do have a water well out there we use to fill the pool and whatever. And that froze and was spewing water out. So my husband had to shut it off. And then the RV, all of the water hoses that we could use to fill the tank in the RV, those were frozen. The RV is out of water now. So the girls don't have any water, so they have to come in here. We're going to put a bucket in there for bathroom business so they can pour water into the toilet. They'll have to shower in here. And then my husband, once he got the water hose defrosted, he went to run water to the RV with it, and the spigot here on the side of the house isn't putting out any water. It's frozen. Great. Now, we are very blessed that we have not lost power. Very blessed. There are 2 power sources here in my local area, and we are on what's called Floresville Electric Light and Power, Phelps, and they're powered, I think, by the local Calaveras Lake. They don't use wind or any of that, because the wind turbines, those wind ugly things from War of the Worlds, they have those over in Houston. Well, they froze up, and those people are without power. Everything's great till you have a hard freeze. Then you go, ah! Okay, so I promised you guys a giveaway, didn't I? Or at least I said it in the title of the video. So I have not 1, but 2 Jolly Bar books to give away. This is Jolly Bar book 3, and this is great. It has 20 quilts in it. So for those of you who are new quilters and you are unfamiliar with this, there is a company called Moda, and Moda is the largest distributor of pre-cut fabric, like in the world. And they have these pre-cuts. So a 10-inch square is a layer cake, and a 5-inch square is a charm pack. And now other companies make the 10-inch squares, but they call them something different, okay? Well, Moda they cut a layer cake in half, straight in half, and now you have a 5 by 10 rectangle. And those are unique to the Fat Quarter Shop, who is an online fabric retailer. And that Fat Quarter Shop is run by Kim and Kevin Jolly, and they are just north of me here, up in Buda, Texas. They do not have a real storefront. They are online only, like a warehouse kind of thing. So if you were thinking about when it warms up, traveling to Texas and going to the Fat Quarter Shop, that's not really something you can do. Tons of quilt stores around, but not the Fat Quarter Shop. They are online only. Moda made, specific to Kim Jolly, they call it a Jolly Bar, and it is a 5 by 10 inch rectangle. So this is Jolly Bar Book 3, and it is for the Fat Quarter Shop. It has 20 quilts in it that you can make, and 10 of them are for a single Jolly Bar. That's these. And 10 of them are for 2 Jolly Bars. Now you might think that you could use 2 5-inch squares and put them together, but you really can't, because it doesn't work. And there are also specific fabric lines that are just cut for Jolly Bars, and then when you order a Jolly Bar itself, it has a pattern in it as well for you to make a quilt with that. So you just have to buy some extra fabric and put it all together. But I have book 1 and 2, and I was very happy to get book 3, so I have 2 of these that I am going to give away. So in the comment, you have to leave a comment on the YouTube video. Do not leave a comment in the Facebook group. Do not send me an email with a comment. You have to leave a comment on the on this YouTube video. And it needs to say, I would love to win the Jolly Bar book. And that way I am going to use the YouTube comment picker in order to choose 2 winners, okay? So leave me a comment on this YouTube video that says, I would love to win the Jolly Bar book. We will keep this open until Sunday, the 21st of February at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. That is the day before my new sewing room is supposed to get started. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it slips because of the weather delay. But, so we will keep this giveaway going. I will choose 2 winners, and I will pick 2 winners at 6 o'clock Central Standard Time, and I will announce those winners on my blog. And my blog is powertoolswiththread.com, and I will also announce them in the Facebook group. I will announce the winners there, but you cannot enter in the Facebook group, and you cannot enter by leaving a comment on my blog or sending me an email or sending me a message through our store site. Doesn't work, you guys. You have to leave a message on this YouTube video. Now, some of you may say, I can't comment. That means you're watching me without being signed in to YouTube. You would need to go up into your upper left-hand corner. I think if you're looking at me, it's up here somewhere. And there's a login for YouTube, and you need to, if you don't have an account, you need to create one. And then while you're at it, once you get your account created, hit the subscribe down there below my video and hit the bell so you get a notification every time I put out a new video. So, all right, you guys, I really appreciate the therapy. I definitely need it. I feel so much better. I'm going to get this edited and get it out there. But we will talk to you soon. Go sew something. Bye.